Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
This little guy's Popeye. He's just the happiest little dog in the world. By the way, a couple people have sent him treats in the mail. You know who you are.
And they've sent us a treat of Fat Patty's gift card in the mail.
Thank you, thank you. You asked
you.
not to mention it on the channel. We're not going to shout out your name, but you're just one of the best people in the world. Thank you so much. And we are the TheRcSaylors. Today, we have this little black case to show you.
What's in the case?
What's in the case?
Pause. Leave your comments below. Yes.
Could it be, yeah, while they leave a comment, you sing that song. Could it be a new drone? Could it be a new tool? Could it be, what could it be? Leave your comment below. And we're back.
This goes on.
And we're back.
It goes on even longer.
Yeah.
That's a long song.
Okay, so what was your guess? All right. Let's just take a quick look and see what's in the case, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
All right.
If anyone actually got this right,
You're a stalker.
the only way they got it right is they have hacked into one of our robot cameras in the house, and they know everything we're doing. Because we told you guys we'd probably never actually get one of these.
Look, he has Kit Melanie's toy. Yay,
nice.
It's really dead.
Impromptu adventures.
What is it?
It is a Mavic Pro.
It's a Mavic.
We got a Mavic. I didn't think we'd ever get one, honestly. I told you guys in a video that we'd probably never get one. And then you know what?
You got hate!
I got just hate on so hard. But, you know, we all have our opinions and everything with it. Anyway, Mavic Pro, boom, 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 boom. Awesome. Now, I gotta tell you guys how we got it, why we got it, pros and cons and things. We're just gonna sit and talk DJI a little bit. This video is really kind of like a let's talk DJI. First and foremost, the reason we got a Mavic Pro is because we stumbled across a good deal. A good friend of mine got one and realized they didn't have any good locations to fly and really just not the time that they wanted to go out. It wasn't like what they expected. So they were ready to get rid of it. Well, they know that we have a lot of RCs and they offered up a trade, and they're very interested in ground vehicles, so we traded up some of the ground vehicles that we already own. Did we actually buy this? Nope, but it only has about 1 or 2 flights on it, and pretty happy to have one.
We didn't buy it, we traded it.
Traded it.
We traded it.
Yes, traded it. In a previous video when the Mavic Pro came out, I told you guys that I probably wouldn't get one because...
We actually deleted that video.
Yeah, it's gone. It got so much hate. It was just full of hate. And I was actually pretty positive about that. But I had said, you know, this functions basically as the Inspire, and so... You know, it's just an Inspire with folding arms is what I was implying. And it kind of is. I mean, all drones relatively are about the same thing. But the Inspire, one reason we didn't want to get rid of that is because we paid so much money for it, and we felt like it was just an investment that we needed to have and hold on to. And if we sold it, it was kind of like a slap in the face, just embarrassing to sell.
We still have it.
We still own it. We still own it. Was it a good purchase? Probably not. We watched some reviewers that we trusted wholeheartedly, and they basically sold us on it. And that's why we pulled the trigger on it. And we've had nothing but disappointment from it since day one.
You can't film with it because the video cuts in and out. Right now, our second...
Let me expound on that. The live preview,
it freezes, it cuts out, it goes black.
Yes, all the time, whether you're 10 feet away.
How can you actually film it when you can't see what you're filming?
Right, exactly. So continue. I just wanted to tell them.
You lost my train of thought.
Can't film on it. The firmware updates are just insane.
Oh yeah. My second controller to do the camera work doesn't even work right now since the last update. That's awesome.
Originally when we got it to do the updates, you had to plug in, first you had to download the correct one on the computer and then put it on a jump drive and then put the jump drive into the back of the transmitter and just hope and pray that it worked.
We had the Inspire for a month before we finally got it working.
Yeah, it took us, you know, we'd do our normal videos, and then after we did our videos...
We had some spare time to figure it out. We'd work on it and want to shoot it and step away and come back to it a week later. It took us a while.
And when we finally got it airborne, I don't want
impressed.
I don't want it to sound like a total hate thing, because it's not. When it was functioning, it functioned exactly as we wanted it, needed it, and expected it to. But I would say that's only half the time. And when it does function, it's never functioning at 100%, okay? So like Abby said, the video cutouts and stuff, for some reason our camera angle on it is like tilted.
Yeah, our camera has always been kind of crooked.
And I know you can center it, and we center it all the time, and then it just drifts off to being off-centered again. You know, we review $13 little drones, and you plug them in, and they work! And you don't have headaches and problems out of them. And then you have like a $3,500 drone, and it doesn't work. So, you know, I guess enough about the Inspire.
And we also fell into that time period that kind of sucks, where maybe like 6 months after we bought it, they dropped, at least dropped in half.
Yeah.
Maybe not that much, but at least like $1,000.
Close to $1,000.
And that was a big,
It was a hard hit, yeah.
And then also with DJI products, we've owned the Osmo. The Osmo worked awesome, but it was also a pain. It wasn't convenient.
The Osmo is the little handheld gimbal, right?
Right. And then we still own the Ronin M, or Ron as we call it.
The Osmo had a weird focus length. We got it to be a vloggy style of camera. As it turns out, the focus isn't in focus until it's about an inch farther than I can reach.
Another reviewer we trusted failed to mention that.
Yes.
So
how can you use that as a vlog camera when you're not in focus within the first like 3 feet?
Yeah.
And the audio on the Osmo is horrible. We reviewed a quadcopter.
It's a pretty popular video on
using that, and the only comment we get on that video is, "Your audio's horrible. Learn what you're doing." Well, you know what? We were trying to invest in the channel and get an expensive piece of gear, the Osmo, and it just was horrible. We had to buy mounting brackets that were proprietary that were like $50 each just to get that working so we can mount a mic to it.
And then we also invested for our wedding videography in the Ronin M. And if you have time to tinker with it on like a video production set, I'm sure it's going to be an awesome piece of equipment.
Very good piece of equipment.
But when you're on the go at a wedding,
a little too big.
Not so much. You can't put it down unless you carry the stand around with you.
Which I did a lot.
Who's going to do?
I had to.
I know.
Had to.
And then unless you put a giant TV screen on it,
you can't see what it's filming.
And also you can't adjust the focus unless you invest another $1,000 into the $1,600 piece of equipment, so you can have a focus device. So you can see where our frustration with DJI has come from.
For us.
Since we invested in our
Inspire.
Was
that the first
we
piece
got
of DJI?
everything at once. We bought the Inspire. Well, we got everything within a month is when we bought it, you know. So that's where our hate for DJI has originated from. Just 3 bad experiences.
Bad experiences.
A lot of money. I mean, the $4,000 or so for the Inspire, $1,600 to $2,000 for the Ronin M, and then $800 to $1,000 for the Osmo because of little pieces of equipment that we're upgrading on each of these to make it functional. Just all let down. So I mean, that's
a lot of money.
So much money just wasted, and it makes me want to vomit.
Abby's a little bit more on the pessimistic side of almost like she's the more of a naysayer, like cautious person.
And I'm more conservative with like money spending.
I'm a little bit more on the optimistic side. I'm a half glass full, like always type of person. And I hope that they learn from their mistakes. And I think that with the Mavic they have, because everybody rants and raves and says how awesome it is.
We probably would have gotten this Mavic a year ago, because it hasn't been out for like a year and a half.
I don't know.
I don't know. We would have gotten it a long time ago, but I've been the one to put my foot down. I'll just admit it.
Yeah.
I did not want to give DJI more of our money.
We just had...
We worked hard for our money.
Yes.
I didn't want to throw more of it away, but we traded. We traded, so it's fine.
And I'm hoping that this is the breath of fresh air that we need with DJI stuff. We're very hesitant going into this product, but it's something that we need to do. We are the RC Sailors. We are not the DJI haters. We need to be open to this stuff. Even if we know for sure something isn't going to work, sometimes we need to get our hands on it and show you guys it not working, because there are literally thousands of people that watch our videos that only put trust in us and what we say. And there's so much power to that.
Yep, and all 3 of those DJI pieces I bought because of reviewers I trusted.
Yes.
And they've all just so disappointing to me.
Back to the DJI stuff. Let me just get the Inspire. I want to show you guys some stuff. This is a very different video for us. So let me just say this before I even grab the Inspire. If this is the first video you've ever seen of ours, or you're new to the channel,
go watch another video.
Go watch another video, because this video is primarily for our die-hard subscribers
who followed us for a long time.
Yeah, and you know our progression with the hobby. And let me grab the Inspire now that I've said that. All right, coming over. I just grabbed one transmitter because I didn't feel the need to grab them both. Let me show you something.
Let me just work out here for a minute.
That thing is ridiculous. Okay, so the I can tell you right now, already.
Can I set this down?
Yes, you can, on the table. There's room. Already, and tons of you guys have already seen this stuff side by side. You know, this is not news to the RC world. But check this out. The drone itself is smaller than half of the propeller of the Inspire. It's the same size. I don't know if they can get a really good shot of this. Same size as half of one of the arms. It is literally about 2/3 the size.
Just pull the battery out. It's the size of a battery.
It's
really.
the size of an Inspire.
Maybe a couple batteries.
I'm not saying they do the exact same thing. You know, I'm not. Obviously, they don't. The Inspire can do a little bit more than this, and this can do some things that the other can't. But relatively the same size as one of the batteries. This is in fact smaller than one of the transmitters, with all of the stuff on it that you have to have on it to use. And even when it's all placed in this bag that I got, which by the way, I wouldn't recommend. I got it smelling, it kind of smells like, I bought the bag separately. The guy we got it from didn't have the bag. I bought this new on Amazon.
He bought the bag and 2 more batteries after he acquired
that smells like cigarette smoke. That's a bad... check out this bag with extra batteries, the charging cables, memory cards, the works. Transmitter, the quad itself is about the same size as a transmitter and a battery. No, it'd be smaller than 2 transmitters. So this is just groundbreaking for us, just the simple fact of the size alone. And I've seen a lot of videos, I've done my research, I've been trying to pull Abby's leg on getting one of these for months, really. I mean, back and forth for months. And I think now that we see it here in person, because when we watch videos, it's really hard to tell a true size comparison, but when you see it here in person, it really does blow your mind. I'm not kidding at all. This really is half the size of one propeller. A lot of you guys ask why we don't take this to film with when we go do our reviews, like our planes and our other drone reviews and stuff at the airfield when we go. And it's, oh, Popeye, he's choking on his toy. Popeye,
You're messing us up, doggy.
It's because by the time we have the vehicle that we want to review, which, by the way, let me show you something. For those of you that are still watching, little sneak peek for you, little Yeti Junior. You know, that's a tiny thing, but when we lug all of our gear out, by the time the car is loaded up with camera gear, the product we're covering, and maybe 1 or 2 things that we're going to cover, there's no room for this. There's just no room at all for it. And that's a problem. So, does anyone want to buy an Inspire? I think that's what this video is really about. The bids will start at $1,000 and we'll sign it for you. No, I'm kind of joking, sort of.
But not really.
But not really. We probably will sell it eventually. But I think for now it's going to be worth holding on to so we can compare the two. We want to fly the Mavic before we commit to selling the Inspire. We want to make sure we're happy with holding on to this. But I think we're going to be. And again, for those of you that are still watching, I'm going to ask DJI Spark. The Spark just came out. It is actually a little bit bigger than the Mavic with the arms out. They don't fold in. There are some things I'd like to talk to you about the Spark that I like and that I dislike. But the big question is, you know, should we get one? And a lot of people on YouTube have one. The people that have one currently, they were given to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
DJI doesn't love the TheRcSaylors.
Yeah,
they don't give us
we
stuff.
don't love DJI as of right now.
And, you know, why would they
But DJI should love us because we've given them a ton of our money.
Yeah, they should. But they don't. So we don't get stuff from DJI. And that's why you don't see a Spark on the channel. And a lot of people I've seen channels with 10,000 subs that have the Spark, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Should we buy one? If we do buy one, we're not going to get it on our channel until a month from now. It'll take at least a month for it to come. I'm okay with buying one if you guys want to see it. I'm telling you right now, we're committing to you guys to show you the DJI Spark. Do you want to hear our opinions of it? Do you want to hear a real, honest, truthful opinion of a product that we are buying and it wasn't given to us? Or is it something we should pass on? It's new technology, small, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I think they've done something different with it. Mm-hmm. I also think we have some things that do very similar stuff that's been out for a year now. They're a little behind on it. There are a couple things I wish they'd have done differently with the Spark. Why can't you put folding arms on the Spark? It should work just fine. I don't see why they couldn't have done that. We have a Zero Mini that does it. Why couldn't it be a 4K camera? My cell phone that's been out for like 5 years has a 4K camera on it. The Mavic has a 4K camera and it's the size of a dime. Mm-hmm. They could have put 4K on it. And
it doesn't have 4K?
No.
See, I haven't even watched the video.
No, the Spark is 1080p.
I've been busy.
And another big one, what is it doesn't come with a transmitter. You can pay more for it.
Oh yeah, that's just lame.
Pay more for it.
That's just being sneaky.
Yeah. And I'm not sure. I don't know if it uses Lightbridge. I think it uses the Mavic video technology, but don't hold me to that.
It doesn't use that one.
The point is, I guarantee you, mark my words, a year or less from now, they'll have a Spark 2.
I guarantee you, like 6 months from now, they'll have another Mavic before Christmas.
Of course. So. But that doesn't matter. The Spark, they're going to have a Spark 2. Lo and behold, the arms will fold.
And it'll be 4K.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say is it's a 2-axis gimbal, not 3-axis. So the Spark 2 is going to have 3-axis gimbal. But anyway, the Spark is out and it just came out. News in the DJI world, you know, and the DJI goggles, there's all sorts of stuff. I don't know how one person could afford to keep up with the stuff that DJI is pumping out. They're kind of like, by the way, this is Samsung. They're kind of like iPhone. iPhone, in my opinion, DJI is the Apple of the drone world. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, but you have the Samsung Note 4 and they're on like the Note 10.
They're doing it too now, yeah. Everyone is just pumping stuff out so fast.
Every year for Christmas, that's what it is.
And even in the summer seasons
even
now.
in the toy drone world, you're seeing it too. So.
Yeah. Okay, so... This is, again, not a normal video for us. It's not real. I'm not trying to sound ranty,
I don't
ravey.
even know what this video is.
It's not even really complaint. The real point is to show you guys we got ourselves a Mavic. That's the whole point of this video.
And let's hope it does awesome. I want it to be awesome.
Yes.
I want it to be awesome for us. I want it to function perfectly, and I want the updates to always be easy.
You know what I really want?
I want it to function awesome.
I want to be a DJI fanboy. I really do. I want to get behind a company and say, you know what? They are awesome. But the 3 products that we've had on the channel haven't been. So we're transitioning here. We're giving it another shot. This is for you guys. Okay?
Okay.
I know that there's a couple of our viewers out there, at least 1 or 2.
That are DJI fanboys.
Well, of course they are. Of course they are. But I know that there are a couple that are on the fence too. And so maybe after we use this, fly this, get an experience with it, maybe they will jump over that line too. You know?
Or not.
Or not. Or not. Or not. Yeah. All right. Long enough video. Definitely not our traditional style of video, but I think one that needed to happen because we ignore this a lot because a lot of people don't like to hear what we have to say. But it's the truth. This is just the truth. I mean, that's okay. So we got the Mavic, we're gonna fly it soon, and we cannot wait to have that experience. I hope you guys are excited because we are.
And before we go, I want to give a shout out to our friends Kent and Melanie with Impromptu Adventures. Kent flies a little Bebop 2 over on his channel. They just started a vlog channel. They came to our fun flight. There are some awesome videos that they did of our fun flight over on their channel.
Yeah.
So go over there, hit the subscribe button, give them some support.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye!